guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you know, we have completed our first kingdom, that is Kingdom Monera, and now we'll be starting with the new kingdom today, that is Kingdom Protista. So first of all, if you haven't watched my previous video, then I'll provide the link in the description. Please do check it out. Also, if you like my videos, then please don't forget to press subscribe button as well as like and share. So without doing further delay, let's get started. So अभी तक हमने पढ़ा किंगडम मोनेरा में that we only studied about the prokaryotes, right? Prokaryotes and prokaryotic cells. Now when three kingdom classification came into play, so the first person जिसने ये किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, that was who? So that was Ernst Haeckel, right? So two kingdom classification was given by Linnaeus, three kingdom was given by Ernst Haeckel, and four kingdom was given by Copeland, five kingdom was given by Whittaker. Now what are the organisms जो इसमें include हुए? So organisms थे, उनके कुछ features थे. So general features क्या थे? First of all, they were unicellular eukaryotes. तो अभी तक हमने सिर्फ prokaryotes पढ़ा. Then for the first time, Ernst Haeckel separated the unicellular organisms from multicellular. Otherwise, सारे eukaryotes एक साथ थे, be it unicellular or multicellular. So ये first time Ernst Haeckel ने पहली basis of पहला drawback of two kingdom classification को हटाया और यहाँ पे clear किया कि no, unicellular eukaryotes should be included in kingdom Protista. So they are unicellular eukaryotes, right? Also now they will be having the membrane bound organelles including nucleus. So जो कि अभी तक आप मोनेरा में देख रहे थे कि हमारे पास मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ना ही ऑर्गेनेलीज थी और न्यूक्लियस के नाम पे हमारे पास न्यूक्लियोइड था, बिकॉज न्यूक्लियस वाज नॉट सराउंडेड और द जेनेटिक मटेरियल वाज नॉट सराउंडेड बाय एनी मेम्ब्रेन. सो हाउ कैन यू कॉल इट एज अ न्यूक्लियस, है ना? तो इसीलिए जब कोई चीज को हम स्पेसिफाई कब करते हैं, जब उसकी कोई बाउंड्री हो. जब उसकी कोई बाउंड्री ही नहीं है, सो हाउ कैन यू से दैट दिस इज न्यूक्लियस एंड दिस इज नॉट. तो सिंपली हम लोग प्रोकैरियोट्स में क्या बोल रहे थे? न्यूक्लियोइड, है ना? और ये मैंने बताया भी था. सो न्यूक्लियोइड कह रहे थे प्रोकैरियोट्स में बिकॉज देयर वर नो मेम्ब्रेन्स. बट नाउ as we came into kingdom Protista, now the membrane bound organelles will also be present, including the nuclear membrane, right? So nucleus will also be there. Now coming to the nutrition part, they can be of three types. Usually nutrition can be divided into two types, right? Autotrophic, which can make their own food, and heterotrophics, which depend on some other organisms for their own food, right? But यहाँ पर आपको एक डिफरेंस मिलेगा, तो वो हम देखते हैं. So nutrition यहाँ पर it can be autotrophic, right? So autotrophic mode को हम लोग holophytic भी बोलते हैं in case of protistans. So because of the ability of making their own food, they are autotrophic. They use sunlight to prepare their own food. Also they can use there are some photochemoautotrophs, chemoautotrophs. So they can also make their own food, but not by using sunlight. They will be using some inorganic chemicals. ठीक है? So कुछ inorganic और organic chemicals use होंगे and then the food will be prepared. But the point is, in autotrophic organisms, they will make their own food. चाहे सोर्स कोई भी हो. सनलाइट है तो फोटो लग जाता है, फोटो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. एंड अगर कोई केमिकल्स हैं, देन दैट विल बी नोन एज कीमोऑटोट्रॉफ्स. ठीक है ना? सो बेसिकली दिस ये भी हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं पहले किंगडम मोनेरा में. So that's why I said कि if you haven't watched that videos, then please do check it out, because बहुत सारे basics मैंने वहाँ पर बताए हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें बताई है जो कि हम अब आगे नहीं पढ़ेंगे इतना डिटेल में, जो एक बार मैंने पहले बता दिया. So in nutrition we have autotrophic form, then we have heterotrophic form. What is heterotrophic? So heterotrophic organisms are those organisms which do not depend on themselves. Basically they depend on some other organisms for their own food. Like us, हम लोग अपना खुद खाना क्या बना सकते हैं? वो वाला बनाना मत बोला कि हाँ हम तो रोज कुक करते हैं. नो, दैट इज लाइक आपको रॉ मटेरियल्स तो मिल रहे हैं ना, है ना. सो usually you can't make their own food. That's why humans are also considered to be heterotrophs, right? Even all the mammals are heterotrophs, all the animals are heterotrophs, right? So in heterotrophs we will be considering 3 more subtypes. What are those subtypes? So we will be having in heterotrophic form holozoic form of nutrition. Holozoic means here ingestion of food is there. For example, we are holozoic because we ingest our food. We take it from mouth, then chew it, and then further process it, है ना. So we are holozoic. So holozoic mode of heterotrophic nutrition means that we are eating or we are ingesting the food. ठीक है. Now the second heterotrophic form can be saprophytic. Saprophytic means you are feeding on dead and decaying organisms, right? So saprophytes are also known as decomposers. ठीक है. So saprophytic form of nutrition जो होती है, that is कि आप जब dead and decaying plants और plant products और animal products पे depend कर रहे हो. So that is your saprophytic mode of nutrition, right? So you are feeding on dead and decaying parts of the animals or plants, right? Now the third subcategory is parasitic. So parasitic is simple. It will be having an host parasite interaction, जहाँ पर एक host होगा और उसका mechanism use करके या उसका nutrition आप खुद लोगे. Then you will be called as parasite. So कोई भी parasite जो होता है वो खुद कुछ मेहनत नहीं करता है, वो खुद बैठा रहेगा और जैसे ही होस्ट कुछ खाएगा, होस्ट कुछ न्यूट्रिशन डराइव करेगा उस फूड से, तो वो तुरंत उस न्यूट्रिशन को ले लेगा या खुद अपने या खुद डिराइव कर लेगा, खुद एनर्जी ले लेगा. सो बेसिकली दिस इज पैरासिटिक इंटरैक्शन और मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. सो दीज 3 forms are mode of nutrition considered under heterotrophic forms. So why are they under heterotrophic forms? So heterotrophic forms because holozoic में भी आप बाहर से food ले रहे हो, आप खुद नहीं बना रहे हो, you are ingesting the food. In saprophytic, dead and decaying organisms are there. So dead and decaying organisms पे वो feed कर रहे हैं and उससे अपना nutrition derive कर रहे हैं. And parasitic जो है, they will be dependent on their host. So जो भी उनका host है, उसके अंदर they will live inside that host and derive the food from its machinery, right? So these 2 forms of nutrition are there, and the third form or the unique one is mixotrophic. Mixotrophic means you are both autotrophic at some times and you can also behave as heterotrophic at some point of time. So means autotrophic plus heterotrophic forms. For example, euglenoids, जो कि हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, so no need to worry. So euglenoids जो होते हैं, वो अगर उन्हें sunlight मिल रही है, if they are receiving sunlight, then they will be behaving as autotrophs. And if the sunlight is absent, then they will be feeding on some smaller organisms or prey-predator relationships will occur, and that's why they become heterotrophs. So based on the different conditions, they can become autotrophs as well as heterotrophs. So this mode of nutrition is known as mixotrophic nutrition, and that is a very unique or a new form of nutrition जो हम यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, right? So these 3 are the main modes of nutrition. So coming to other features of kingdom Protista, the next feature is their locomotion. Locomotion can be by cilia or by flagella or by pseudopodia or absent. So what is absent? Locomotory organelle. So locomotion can be by cilia, flagella, pseudopodia, or the locomotory organelle could be absent also. So based on these locomotory organelles or structures present in these organisms, they are divided into various categories. So that we will be studying in the classification part. So these are the main locomotory organelles. The next part is reproduction. So in reproduction, we basically have two types, right? We have asexual and we have sexual form of reproduction. So in sexual form of reproduction, so asexual is by the involvement of one parent, for example fission, fragmentation, budding. These are the examples of asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction involves two parents at a time, as well as gamete formation, sex cells involvement. These are the main features of sexual reproduction. So the main so the main thing is gametes in sexual reproduction, right? So now based on these gametes, this can be isogamous or unisogamous or differentiated. In isogamous, you have morphologically similar gametes, बिल्कुल identical shape, identical size. तुम पहचान ही नहीं सकते हो with from like normally naked eye से देखने में that वो मेल है या फीमेल है, identical दिखेगा, ठीक है? तो वो होता है आइसोगैमस गैमेट्स. अनआइसोगैमस क्या होते हैं? जिसमें तुम्हारे जो ये गैमेट्स हैं दे आर डिसिमिलर. एंड कैसे डिसिमिलर? मॉर्फोलॉजिकली डिसिमिलर, ठीक है? सो मॉर्फोलॉजिकली डिसिमिलर गैमेट्स. सो यहाँ पर तुम्हें साइज का डिफरेंस दिखेगा कि हाँ चलो एक तुम्हें थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट दिख रहा है और फीमेल दूसरा डिफरेंट दिख रहा है, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर तुम देखकर साइज शेप से देखकर मॉर्फोलॉजी से देखकर बता सकते हो कि यस मेल्स आर दीज एंड फीमेल्स आर दीज, ठीक है? सो यहाँ पर गैमेट्स का डिफरेंशिएशन उस हिसाब से हो जाता है. कमिंग टू डिफरेंशिएटेड टाइप, दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव. डिफरेंशिएटेड टाइप्स. डिफरेंशिएटेड में मेल एंड फीमेल में जो मेल गैमेट्स होंगे वो होंगे स्मॉल, एक्टिव एंड मोटाइल. सैम, SAM, ठीक है? स्मॉलर इन साइज, एक्टिव इन नेचर, मोटाइल मतलब दे कैन मूव, राइट? इन फीमेल गैमेट्स इसका उल्टा कर दो, लार्जर इन साइज, not active, larger in size, passive in nature and non-motile, right? So these are the types of production based on these three different types. So now talking about the classification of this kingdom, we will be studying about three subtypes of it, right? So going with the first one, that is protozoans, right? Then we have protistan algae, and last one we have slime molds, right? So within protozoans we have 4 more types, that is amoeboid, ciliated, flagellated and sporozoans. So these 4 types are present on the basis of organelle or the locomotory organelle or the locomotory structure present in these organisms. For example, amoeba अगर present है then that will be amoeboid. Cilia अगर present है तो ciliated. Flagella as a locomotory structure है so flagellated. And sporozoans don't have any locomotory structure associated. So the absent वाला जो अभी बताया था locomotion वाला, that is sporozoans. Now in protestan algae we have 3 subtypes. So we have chrysophytes, we have dinoflagellates, we have the last one is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids, right? And the slime molds are of 2 types. They can be acellular and cellular. So this is the basic you can say outline of the classification types or the classification categories which we will be studying further, right? So in protozoans we have 4 types: amoeboid, ciliated, flagellated and sporozoans. Then in protestan algae we have chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. And in slime molds we have acellular and cellular form of protista. So I guess that's all for today.